Hey everyone, welcome to today's video. Welcome to my channel. My name is Micah and today's video is going to be a declutter video. I filmed an entire declutter series of 10 different parts and today we are doing one of those parts. I will be using this intro for every single one of these videos, so if you're thinking, hey, I think I've seen this video before, then stay tuned because it might very well be one of the declutters that I filmed. I just thought it would be easy to have one intro for every single one of these videos because the lowdown on these kind of videos and the disclaimer I have for this is pretty much the same for every single one of these. I went through my entire makeup collection. As I said, there are going to be 10 different parts. And I just went through everything because it really needed a good clear out. As I'm talking, I will make sure to put in some before pictures because it was a right old mess. There were products everywhere on top of things, and the drawers where I keep my makeup, which you can see behind me, were just like stuck to the brim. They were very heavy and I just knew it was time to declutter. Now, I don't get sent a whole lot of PR. Most of the makeup I own is stuff I pay with my own money. And that's why when it comes to declutters, I'm not too savage. I know I need to get rid of stuff because some things are just old or broken or it didn't work for me or whatever the case might be why I'm getting rid of something. I did spend my own money on it, so it's not something that I feel like I'm not aiming to get rid of like 50% of all of my makeup or 70% or almost everything. I like having a good variety of drugstore and high-end stuff. And it's just that I try a lot of makeup for my blog and for my YouTube channel, and sometimes it just gets to that point where you're like, am I still using this? No, I'm not. And when you get to that point, it's just time to get rid of stuff. I will not be selling any of the makeup that I'm getting rid of because 9 out of 10 times I've had it free for quite some time and I would not feel good selling it to anyone or passing it on to anyone I don't know personally. So by the time I'm filming this intro, I have already passed on some of the stuff that you will be seeing decluttered in these videos. So even if you leave a comment saying, hey, can I have that? It may very well be that I no longer even have that product because I have already passed on a couple of bits to friends and family. So with that being said, let's just get to the declutter. Hey everyone, welcome to my foundation declutter. I've laid out all of my foundations, and I was actually quite shocked because foundation is not something that I used to have a lot of. I've definitely been more into trying foundations in the past year, 2 years or so. And yeah, so I've tried a lot of different things just to see what I liked. I never used to be a foundation girl. And yeah, for someone who doesn't really like foundation and for whom it's not the main focus, I think this may be a little bit too much. So that is why I definitely have to go through this and see what I'm going to keep and what I'm going to get rid of. I've tried to lay it out with sort of like high-end over here and then everything else is drugstore. I have far more drugstore because it's just much easier to try. So I think I'll just pick out a couple of favorites or things that I know I need to try more before I can really sort of give my thoughts and know how I feel about it. So let's just start with a very recent one, and that's this. These two foundations by L'Oreal are identical. This is the old one, the Stay Fresh, and this is the new Fresh Wear. This is in a slightly lighter shade and it doesn't oxidize on me, while this one was too dark and it oxidized, which is why I'm going to get rid of this one, but I really like this one, so I'm going to keep that. I'm going to get rid of the Essence Insta Perfect foundation here. It was too light, it looked too dry and cakey on my skin, so that has to go. I'm going to keep at least one of these Rimmel ones. This is the Rimmel Lasting Finish Nude. This is by far one of my lightest foundations. It's in the shade Light Porcelain 010. And that's why I have this, because this foundation is the only one that works for me when I'm at my palest. So I'm going to keep that. This breathable foundation was sadly a little bit too dark for me. Because it's such a sheer formula, I was able to make it work for me. Let me shake this up. It's okay. I wasn't too wowed by this, and I have reviewed this so far, so I'll get rid of that. But I am keeping the Match Perfection. They finally do this in a lighter shade. I tried this a couple of years ago and liked it at the time, but it was too dark for me. So I love the texture of this, but this lighter shade, again, Light Porcelain, is a much better match for me.
Let's just go, since we're doing that right now, let's just go this way. This is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation, and I'm a little bit umming and ahhing. I think this needs to go into a maybe pile, because I do like this foundation, I just don't like the smell. This smells like paint thinner. This is in the shade Rose Ivory, which is a very nice light shade for me, so I do like this. The Bourjois Healthy Mix, a classic, keep. The L'Oreal True Match. I have two versions here. I used to have the old European like pump style of this, but that didn't come in my shade. So I actually tried the US version when I was there on a trip one day, and yeah, I liked this, but then they started doing that shade in the European edition, and this has a pump, so I'm going to get rid of this, and I'm going to be keeping this. This Matte Clay Foundation by The Body Shop, I just haven't tried enough. I'm not really sure what my thoughts are on this, whether I like it. I only used it once and it looked a little bit dry and cakey on me, but I feel my skin isn't feeling as dry this year, so I still want to try that, so definitely keeping that. This Maybelline Superstay I really liked, so I'm keeping it. It's a very nice pinky shade, which you don't really see a lot in the drugstore, I find. This is the Matte and Poreless. This is in the shade 110. I love that they have a very extended shade range in this foundation. This is actually almost gone, so keeping that. This is the Ordinary Serum Foundation in the shade 1.1N. Again, a foundation I bought but haven't tried enough, and yeah, it's very liquidy in there, so we'll see. I haven't really made up my mind about that one yet. The same goes for this Dior one. I bought this maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, so I haven't had this a whole long time yet, so still need to try this on my face. This Clinique Even Better Glow I just reviewed not too long ago on my blog. I really like this, so this is definitely a keep. Bobbi Brown. This sadly needs to go. This is the foundation stick that they do, and my issue with a lot of Bobbi Brown products is just, it's too yellow. Even though this shade is a match, it's Sand 2, it's not even their lightest shade, but it's just too yellow and it makes me look very jaundiced and a little bit ill. So that's a bit of a shame because it's a nice product. 2 of the Milani Conceal and Perfect. I actually got this when it first launched in the then lightest shade, which was Creamy Vanilla. Too dark, sadly. So I was mixing it in with a white foundation actually, and I liked it, but I wasn't using it all that much because I had to use that white foundation to lighten it. So then I found this on sale in the Black Friday sale in the lighter shade, so I have still to put this on my face to see if it's a match, but I think this will definitely be a better match than this one. So getting rid of that, keeping the lighter one. For summer, I really like BB creams, and I was out of my Body Shop one, and then someone mentioned that, hey, Bourjois now do one too, so maybe you can try that. So I bought this to start using in the summertime, so can't wait to try that. Maybelline Dream Satin Liquid, lovely foundation, shutty shade match. This is such a bad shade match for me, and it's the lightest shade. This is light porcelain. I don't know about you, but this is a lot lighter than that. So yeah, this is way too dark, so getting rid of that. The ColourPop No Filter, I placed an order with ColourPop, I think again a couple of weeks ago. I just got this in, so haven't used it on my face yet, still to try. White foundation, must have if you're a pasty as I am, so keeping that just if I have a foundation that is too dark, I have something to mix it with. I have these 2 Catrice foundations. Out of these 2, this one is my favorite. It's a better shade match. This is Ivory Beige, so I want to keep that, but this is their newer HD Liquid Radiance, which I really like the texture of it, and I find that as long as I use a more brightening powder with it, I can actually make this work. So I need to shake this up a little bit. But this is a really nice foundation. It's just a hair too dark, but in the summertime, I think this will be nice. So then we have Max Factor Healthy Skin Harmony. I believe this is called the Vitalist something foundation from the CoverGirl line. This is the lightest shade that they do, and it's too dark, but I wanted to try this. I still have to review this, so I'll hang on to this, but I'm sadly gonna have to let go of this by the time I'm done with it because it's just too dark for me, so I know I won't be using this in my daily life. Then the Essence Fresh and Fit Awake Makeup in the shade Fresh Ivory. This was a pretty good match, and I have a very hard time finding a good match on me in Essence foundation. So if I want to ever do Essence videos, then I want to keep this just to have a foundation item on hand that I can use. I also like this, but this I need to get rid of. This is the Nude Skin Foundation by Dior. It's a lovely foundation, but it has expired. The texture and the wear of this foundation has changed. This was my other very light foundation for when I was at my palest, but sadly, I found that it creases on me now. It very much creased on my forehead, which was such a shame, so I'm getting rid of that. And then I think, to be really honest, this one's still sealed. That's still good to go. This one I like for like a very lightweight one. I like everything else that's here, so I'm going to keep everything else that's here. That's, I think, a nice, easy way to do it. Estee Double Wear Nude, bought it over the summer, really liked it. MAC bought it last year, really liked it. A tinted moisturizer by Chanel, which I bought to replace my Vitalamure Aqua because I used that up. And then I have the Too Faced Born This Way, which I love. My new Holy Grail. Well, I don't think I have a Holy Grail foundation, but I really like that. Tarte Rainforest of the Sea. When I wear this, I always get compliments, so need to keep that. Sheer Glow by NARS. I just wanted to see what the hype was all about, and I totally get it now. Same goes for the IT Cosmetics CC Cream. I had expected this to be lighter coverage than what it is, but I definitely want to go back to it now it's winter because it has some skincare properties in it, and I do really appreciate that. So this IT Cosmetics CC Cream is a keeper. And where would I be without some Urban Decay? I love both of these foundations. I definitely prefer the Naked Skin because it's more lightweight and it's more my cup of tea, but I really like the All Nighter as well. So if I want to go for something fuller, then I have both. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 that I'm definitely getting rid of. This is still in a maybe pile. I'm just going to have to see how everything fits into my storage to see whether I want to keep this or not. If it doesn't fit, I'm not going to keep it. That's the way it's gonna go. So yeah, but 8 I'm definitely getting rid of. And that's the end of this video. I really hope you enjoyed watching it. Please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. And I would love for you to subscribe to my channel. I have more declutters coming your way, and I just did a couple more, so we're right in the middle of it. I will make sure to link a playlist down below so you can find all of my other declutters that I've done. And I hope to see you in my next video. So have a great day. Bye.
The way I put